a fire were to start in your house, would your family know how to get out? Are you sure? These families thought so until we put them to the test. 3 families, 3 simulated fires.
My biggest fear is that they would not wake up to the smoke detectors, and they didn't.
Gather your family because tonight at 10, an NBC 41 News exclusive will hit home. See what they see, feel what they feel, and learn from their mistakes. Home Fire Escape, tonight on NBC 41 News Nightcast at 10, covering Kansas City in depth.
I want to be a fireman.
Hey kids, have you ever wondered what it'd be like to be a real Overland Park firefighter? Well, come on along with us. Let's go find out. Hi, I'm Lieutenant Dan McDonald. I'm a firefighter here in Overland Park, and today we're going to show you all of our great fire equipment, and we're going to show you what it's really like to be a firefighter in Overland Park.
When they're at work, our firefighters live at one of our 5 fire stations for 24 hours at a time. That's all day and all night. And when the firefighters arrive to start their shift, the first thing they do is get ready to respond to an emergency. And that starts with getting their fire gear on the trucks. Their coats, their boots, their helmets, all their fire gear has to be ready to go. Here in Overland Park, we have about 130 firefighters and paramedics who take turns working their shift at the stations, like, well, station number 1. The next time you're out, you should see which fire station is near your house. They're really easy to spot because each one has a big American flag flying out front, just like here at station number 2. Right next door to station number 2 is our headquarters, or what we like to call our administration office. It's where we have all our fire offices, and it's where you might find the fire chief. In fact, there he is right there. Hey, Chief. Our next station is station number 3, and station number 3 is our newest fire station. Next is station number 4, our biggest fire station, with the biggest trucks, and we have a lot of firefighters at station number 4. And our last station is station number 5. And if you look close enough, you'll see a special sign on the front of the station. This sign is just for kids. It's on all of our stations, and it lets you know that all of our fire stations are a safe place for you to come if you ever get lost or just need a little help. This sign is our promise to you that no matter what, you can always come here and the firefighters will keep you safe and help you any way they can. So, let's go on inside and see what our firefighters are up to now. Our day is just beginning here at the fire station. And the captain? He's preparing the daily schedule and receiving the morning report. There are still many things yet to be done today by our firefighters. All the emergency equipment and tools on the trucks have to be checked every morning to make certain that everything is working just right. And these fire trucks, they carry lots of special equipment too that you're going to get a chance to see in action today. We also have some special fire trucks too, like this brush truck. These fire trucks are smaller than our big trucks, and the firefighters use these to put out grass fires and field fires. Now, this is where the jaws of life are kept, and these are special tools used by firefighters to help people who are in car wrecks. We'll have to come back and take a closer look at this neat stuff in a little bit, because I really want to show you this next truck. This is the Gator, and it is a very cool truck that you might see our firefighters and paramedics using at the park or on one of our walking trails here in Overland Park. We might have to use our Gator if someone gets hurt or needs some help in an area where one of our big fire trucks or ambulances just can't go. With these 6 mud tires and powerful motor, well, the Gator, it can take us pretty much where nothing else can. Did you happen to notice how clean everything is here? At the firehouse, we make sure that everything stays clean. Not only do we keep the fire station clean, but we keep our trucks bright and shiny too. We actually have a saying around the firehouse when it comes to our trucks, and we say, a clean fire truck is a happy fire truck. What do you think of that?
She's a smiling, boys. Looks good.
One of the things I really love about the firehouse is the great cooking we have, just like you have at home with your mom and dad.
And it really doesn't matter which station you visit at lunchtime or supper time. Our firefighters are great cooks. You see, when we're working at the fire station, the firefighters are, well, kind of like a big family too. We all sit down, we have lunch and supper together right in the firehouse, probably just like you do at home with your family. Bet you can't guess what's on the menu for lunch today at station number 5. If you guessed hamburgers and tater tots, you were right. But did you ever wonder where all the food comes from to feed these hungry firefighters? Believe it or not, we do many of the same things you do with your parents. And that includes going to the grocery store to buy all the food we need to feed all the firefighters while they're on duty at the fire station. In fact, we might even see you the next time you're at the store with your parents. And if we do, be sure to come over and say hello. And don't forget to ask about some of our cool Overland Park Fire trading cards that are just for the kids. These are great to collect, and these trading cards have really neat pictures of our firefighters and paramedics on real emergency calls, right here in Overland Park. You could even collect them all.
We get to go inside and see their house.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Come on, let me help you. Watch your step. It's pretty big. What do you think? Wow.
As you are learning, the firehouse has many of the same things that you have at your house. In fact, when firefighters are on duty here, they have to spend the night. So we even have beds for the firefighters to go to sleep when it's bedtime. But there is one thing that is different about life here at the firehouse. Firefighters have to be ready to respond to an emergency at any minute.
Mom says we may not have the biggest house in town, or even drive the nicest car. But she says when Daddy goes to work, that 3 or 4 times a day, he's the most important person in town. Daddy says that he's just a regular guy, and it's about tradition. But to me, he stands taller than all the rest. 'Cause my dad, he's an Overland Park firefighter. When I grow up, I'm gonna be just like my dad. I am.
You know, a long time ago, firefighting was just for boys, but not anymore. Here in Overland Park, girls are paramedics and firefighters too.
Patricia Stedman. Patricia. Stedman? I'm 39 years old. I grew up in a small farming community with 3 brothers. I'm a firefighter.
425 on the scene, taking, and we have heavy fire.
I fight fires. Yeah. I worked with a couple of guys that were firefighters at a sign company, and they told me their stories and they loved it, so I started going to school, taking some classes. I was wearing a dress to work then. The fire service is great. It's always different. It's exciting. It takes determination. You've got to stick with it. When you get tired, you've got to keep going. Our company works as a team, whether it's an evolution, putting the fire out, raising a ladder, getting a fan, if we're setting up a water supply, whatever it takes, we work as a team to get the job done. We make a lot of EMS, medical calls. I like who I am, and I'd have to say, all things combined, I'm ready to rock.
I've shown you the fire stations here in Overland Park, but there's one place I haven't shown you yet. Firefighters are always learning how to be smarter and to be better at their jobs. And there's one special place where they come to learn. This place is called the Fire Training Center. The Fire Training Center is, well, really like a big school, and it's where firefighters come to learn how to be firefighters and to practice fighting fires. This tall building in the middle is called the Drill Tower. This is a special building where our fire instructors can fill the rooms of the drill tower with smoke and fire, so the firefighters can practice fighting fires and rescuing people, just like it would be if it were a real call. Let's tag along and see some of the firefighters in action at the training center. One thing that you have to see inside the Fire Training Center is all the championship trophies and flags won by our Overland Park Fire Department Combat Challenge Team. These Overland Park firefighters compete against other firefighters from all over the world on a super cool firefighter obstacle course that tests just how fast and strong they are. Our firefighters use the training center drill tower to practice for the competition that's held every year. And did you know that our team is one of the world champion teams? That means that some of the strongest and fastest firefighters in the world are right here in Overland Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Scott Firefighter Combat Challenge. Combat Challenge systems, check. For start course officials.
Roger, that's a check.
Start station.
That's a go.
Tower.
Go.
Forcible entry.
Check.
Hose drag.
Go.
Timers.
That's a go.
Dummy rescue.
We're a go.
Rehab.
That's a check.
Course volunteers.
Go.
Sponsors.
Check.
T&W Combat Zone.
That's a go.
All systems and staff are ready to go. We are ready to start. In 5, 4,
3,
2, 1.
Go! Pull it, baby! The bull, baby, the bull! Come on, we're right here! No!
The Scott Firefighter Combat Challenge. The toughest 2 minutes in sports.
You know, you could even compete in the Firefighter Combat Challenge. We do it every year here at the training center. Our Combat Challenge team puts on a course for kids at our fire department family picnic.
Come on, get in, go. There you go. Get in, go. Come on, pull that hose. Come on, pull. There you go, almost there. Get it. There you go. Okay, let it down. Okay, get his arm. Can you get him? There you go. There you go. Keep walking backwards. Come on, keep walking backwards. You got it, honey. There you go, just like that. Come on, come on. Go, Eddie, go, Eddie. Go, Eddie. Come on, all the way through. Come on. Good job. Way to go.
Learning about fire just isn't for firefighters. There are many things that you can learn about fires too. In fact, we teach kids about fire safety all the time, and we do it with a special house that we built just for kids. It's called the Fire Safety House. This is where we teach kids how to be safe if there's ever a fire in your home. Firefighter Jeff is over at the training center now with a bunch of kids.
That's right, Dan. Thank you. We're here today at the safety house, okay? And we're going to go inside there in just a little bit. But first, before a firefighter ever goes inside a structure that's on fire, we have to be prepared. And we have to prepare by putting on our specialized bunker gear. Who knows what these are?
Fire boots!
That's right. These are called bunker boots. When we're in the stations, we wear our normal uniforms and work shoes. And when the call comes in, we hop out of our work shoes and right into our fire boots. We pull our pants up and we're almost ready to go. And who knows what these are?
Suspenders!
That's right. Next, I'll pick up and put on my hood. This goes over my head like this, okay? You guys know what this is?
Fire coat!
A fire coat, right. And we'll put the fire coat on. And this helps protect us from the heat as well. We'll zip it up. Do you think I'm ready to go fight fire yet? No. I've got to have my air pack. And every firefighter wears one of these when we go inside. It gives us our breathing air. We don't want to breathe all that yucky smoke. That can be very dangerous. So each firefighter wears an air pack. We throw it on our back like a backpack and cinch it down. Now, I have to have my face piece. Pull this out. It goes right over our head. It's nice and tight, makes a good seal so we don't breathe any smoke. Do I sound funny? Yeah. I've got to yell a little bit so that you guys can hear me. Now, I'm going to turn it on. Those sounds you heard are warning devices that let me know that I might be getting low on air. Now, I'll pull up my hood and get that all around so it covers up my ears and my neck and protects me from heat. Am I done yet? No! No, I need something to protect my head, so I'll put on my helmet.
You know, firefighters love their helmets. It helps keep us safe. You should wear your helmet too, whether on your bike or your scooter or your skates. We wear our helmet and we put on all our protective clothing before we go to the fire.
Okay, now, am I ready yet?
Yes!
No! I've got to have gloves on. And we've got these big, thick leather fire gloves. I'll put my gloves on. Now, is any of my skin showing? No! I'm completely protected and ready to do my job.
You know, these days firefighters do a lot more than just fight fires. They do lots of special things to keep you safe.
Would you believe that there is a special group of firefighters here that make up our water rescue team? With their special boats and rescue gear, these firefighters can rescue people who've fallen in the water. Do you wear your life jacket when you're in the boat? Our water rescue team does. They wouldn't go out without them. And if someone falls into the water in the wintertime, our water rescue team has special cold water suits that keep them warm so they can safely get into the ice cold water. And remember, never ever go out onto the ice unless you've checked with your parents first to make sure it's safe. Ice can be very dangerous. Another one of our special rescue teams is the High Angle Rescue Team. These firefighters help people who are trapped underground or on top of buildings. They use special baskets and ropes and our big ladder truck to lower people safely when they've been injured. And this team gets called out a lot. Now here's something different. It's our hazmat team. These firefighters help make us safe when bad chemicals spill. Sometimes they wear these special suits to keep them safe. They kind of look like astronauts, ready to land on the moon, don't they? And when you need an ambulance, the fire department has paramedics too. Paramedics have very special medical training, and they help people who are sick or who have been hurt and need to go quickly to the hospital. Remember, when you're in Overland Park, if you need the firefighters or the police department or the paramedics, call 911.
Let's go back over to the safety house now and see what our kids are doing over there.
Who wants to go inside? All right, let's go.
Learning how firefighters stay safe with all their protective gear is neat. But did you know there are many things that you can learn about fires too? Let's go inside the fire safety house with firefighter Jeff and learn some more.
Okay, now we're in the bedroom of the safety house. This looks a little like your bedroom at home, just a little smaller. One of the things that's most important about fire safety in your homes is a working smoke detector. This smoke detector is like a nose and like your mouth, in that it can smell smoke and it can alert everybody that there's smoke in the house and to get out. So having a working smoke detector is very important. We need to test them once a month and change the batteries twice a year. Now, in fires, a lot of times what happens is the smoke starts to build up at the ceiling in the house and then slowly starts to bank down. When you're sleeping at night, a couple of things that you can do to really help yourselves when it comes to fire safety. Number one, sleep with your door closed. Okay? By sleeping with the door closed, if there's a fire in the kitchen or someplace else in the house, that will keep all the smoke from entering your room and give you more time. If you're asleep in your bed at night and you should hear the smoke detector go off, we want you to roll out of your bed. We don't want you to sit up and stand up into that smoke that may be in the room. We want you to roll out of the bed and get onto the floor on your hands and knees. When firefighters fight fires, we crawl into the house, because down here on the floor, the air's nice and clear. The air's cooler as well, so you want to crawl. But what we want to do with Edith, the exit drill in the home, is to have a plan. And the plan is to get out and stay out. We want to go to one meeting area that all moms and dads and your brothers and sisters know. If it's across the street at a neighbor's house or a big tree in the front yard, everybody should know where to meet. And you should never go back in the house for any reason. Once you're out, stay out.
Remember, if your smoke alarm sounds in your house, stay low and crawl, under the smoke, on your hands and knees.
Now you notice how he's crawling low to stay under the smoke.
Remember to check the doors with your hands to see if they're hot. And always have a second way to get out of the house as quickly as possible. Once you're outside, always stay outside and gather at your family's meeting place. Once you are out safely, you can call 911 from a neighbor's house, and the dispatchers at the communication center will send firefighters and paramedics quickly.
Great job! We all made it out safe because we had a plan. You guys have done a great job and learned a lot about fire safety. So I think you're ready to become junior firefighters. What? That's our call! We gotta go! Let's go! We gotta go to the call.
Hey, see the call.
All right.
It's about 10 minutes away from here.
Okay, put the seatbelt on. Okay, guys, all firefighters have to wear our seatbelts, so let's get them on.
I'm ready. Let's see, the call's call's like 30 minutes away from here.
Okay, guys, make them quick. Is everybody ready?
We're ready.
Hey, thanks for watching. And remember, be smart and safe. Who knows? When you grow up, maybe you'll be an Overland Park firefighter. That's us. Gotta go. see you sometime.
This has been a presentation of OPTV, the Overland Park Fire Department Television Network.
To learn more about our public education program, log on to our website at opfd.com.
You're watching KSHP TV. With Kansas City's in-depth news, this is NBC 41 News Nightcast.
Well, last year alone, fire killed 31 people in the metro. If your house caught fire, would you know how to get your family out safely? With the help of the Overland Park Fire Department, we asked 3 metro families to show us how they'd escape. We made the drills as realistic as possible, and only one member from each household knew the exact date and time. NBC 41's Anthony Powell has the results in his home fire escape report.
Engine 44, truck 44, engine 44 responding. Man, truck 44.
I got a call on the radio. They said there might be 2 victims trapped. We need to get in here and get it done, but okay.
The terrifying sounds of fire trucks and firefighters rushing to an engulfed home. If this was your house, would the menacing flames be too much for you and your family? Really think about it hard. Now meet children from the Rudolph, the Vermees, and the Drew families, all from Overland Park. We asked them how well they were prepared to escape fire in their home. A common theme rules the responses.
We don't really know, to get off, what we would do because we have animals. We've kind of touched base with it. We don't really go over it that much. I mean, I guess we just never thought about it.
Nicole Vermees, meanwhile, gave this answer when we asked her how many times she remembers her family having a fire drill.
None.
Scary answers which startled the kids' parents.
Now I'm very worried because I realize that we don't have a plan for our home.
What would be the best plan? I mean,
I don't know the answer to that. So how do you tell your children when you don't know yourself?
After the interviews, the parents were obviously very anxious to learn more about how to get out of a burning house. So with the help of the Overland Park Fire Department, we set up surprise tests complete with simulated smoke and fire. First up, the Drew family. It's after 10:30 p.m. and as you watch their home fill with manufactured smoke, there are several things to look and listen for.
Oh my God.
That was Caitlin Drew, whose voice shows you how easily people in a fire become panicked and lose track of what they're supposed to do. Now watch as Caitlin and the rest of the family come down the stairs standing up, something firefighters say is a definite no-no.
And if that had been real smoke, more than likely the smoke and the heat would have been up very high. So, up high, so you would have had to get down low and crawl underneath the smoke. Walking down the stairs like everybody walked down the stairs would probably have been hard to do. Okay, and particularly if the smoke is real bad, just a couple breaths of real smoke and a lot of heat can make you pass out.
During the drill, meanwhile, we also had a camera inside Thomas and Alex Drew's bedroom. Watch the difficult time their sister Caitlin has in waking them. At one point, Thomas, on the bottom of your screen, even tries going back to bed. It takes another 48 seconds to get the brothers out of the room. In a real fire, these would have been wasted, precious moments.
It looks to me like the main concern for your family is getting everybody awake. Because it's pretty obvious that the smoke detectors didn't wake you up.
I don't even think they would wake up to our voices because I can make all kinds of noise, and they just don't. All four of them sleep very heavily. So it taught us a lot that we need to really have a plan for that.
Where's Mom?
He's right there. Even if you are awake, say the Drews, the drill taught them fire and smoke are two of the most formidable opponents anyone will ever face.
I was very flustered. I was like, where am I going to go? I went to turn the corners, like bright lights, and I had no idea what to do. I was like looking behind me, looking for my parents.
Meanwhile, it's now 3 a.m. and time to test the Rudolph family. Right away, you can see the difficult time one of the kids has getting out of bed. Watch Anna just plug her ears and not get up. Again, a delay that could mean the difference between life and death.
It's when you're tired and when you're sleeping, the smoke detector goes off when you have to react.
More now on the Rudolph's drill. As the family makes its way out, listen to what Mary, who's in the white shirt, tells her siblings.
Get down low.
But as she reminds them to stay low, watch what we capture with our thermal imaging camera, which cuts through the smoke. The kids' dad, Kelly, tells them to get up and walk down the stairs. So now both the Drews and Rudolphs have stood up as they've left their homes. On the plus side, as we saw with the Drews, once the Rudolphs do escape, everyone properly gathered at their designated meeting spot, a nearby mailbox.
I saw Kelly leave with some children, and my first response was, did he get everybody? And for some reason, it seemed to me like not 4 children went out the door. So I could see where that would be kind of confusing during an actual fire, is knowing whether everybody got out.
We will address that and many other concerns momentarily when we discuss creating a fire escape plan. Meanwhile, about an hour later at around 4:30 a.m., we surprise the Vermees family. The drill seems so real it panics little Kyle a bit, but the family keeps its composure, especially Nicole, who stays low by sliding down the stairs. They do have a little trouble with the lock, which again shows you why every second counts in a fire. Like the other families, the Vermeeses also run to their meeting place. Their Prevention Chief McIntosh talks to them.
For the conditions that you had in there for that much smoke, although we're using place smoke, so it's easy to breathe, I thought you did a real good job. You got down on your hands and knees. In fact, you came out of your bedroom down on your hands and knees.
Of the 13 adults and children taking part in our test, only Nicole remembered to stay low and crawl out like you're supposed to do.
The firemen came to our school and they put this sheet down, and that was the smoke, and then we'd have to crawl under it.
An example of how critical it is to teach the public, especially kids, about fire. Now that the drills are over, it's time for the families to go to fire school and receive an education so that they can put together a detailed escape plan.
Once you're out safe, you stay out.
Overland Park Fire Department prevention expert Michelle Brenner leads a discussion that includes lots of questions from the kids, especially after they watch videos of their drills.
If someone started hiding because they were scared, the firemen wouldn't know where they were.
Parents, meanwhile, hold escape plan packets given to them by the department, which include graph paper, enabling the families to draw their home's floor plan, highlighting escape routes. This should be posted so all family members can regularly review it. But remember, don't just simply put together your plan and forget about it.
Practice at least twice a year. At my house, you know, I do this for a living, and sometimes it's hard for me to remember too. So what we do at my house is when anybody has a birthday, during birthday week, we know sometime during that week, we're going to have a fire drill.
During parts of the school session, some of the parents expressed concern about their kids' performances as they too watch video of the drills.
What did it even move? Look, I couldn't see and I was positive Anna was still alone.
After the session, though, the adults' anxiety seemed to be replaced by relief as they realized how much knowledge their families had gained in just a few days.
Just an hour conversation with your family. I mean, it doesn't take, you know, a week to prepare. You know, it can just that little extra time can make a huge difference.
There's no doubt you have to have a plan, and you have to continuously, you know, go over that plan throughout a year, and at the same time, I guess when you have your family and everybody knows what they're doing, obviously, and you're prepared, then there's no fear there.
One of the biggest things I think that you assume is as parents, you'd be able to go and get your children and get them out of the house. But it really opened my eyes to the fact that that might not be the case. They may have to get themselves out of the house, and that you think you can take care of your children and protect them and go and get them all and get them out of a situation like that, but they need to know what to do. They need to know how to get out of the house and what to do to keep themselves safe.
At this point, Liz and the rest of her family don't know they'll be tested again, this time in an even more extreme situation than the first drill. As the test begins, Liz and her daughter Caitlin get out safely. However, Dad and the 3 other kids are upstairs. Watch how everyone reacts.
Get down, wake up, Thomas, wake up!
The kids get out of bed much more quickly compared to the first test, preserving precious seconds. They also remember other valuable lessons.
Crawl. Down the stairs. Stay low. Down the stairs, go.
Too hot, too hot.
When firefighters arrive, Liz and Caitlin share key information.
There's people still upstairs.
Give me a second alarm start at this location. We're going to be making a rescue at this time.
Upstairs, the trapped Drews continue following their plan, retreating to a bedroom, opening a window, and calling for help.
Help!
Up here, up here, up here, up here!
And it's a good thing they didn't try to come downstairs. Just look as the firefighters make entry through the front door. They are swallowed by smoke moments after Liz and Caitlin got out. Now, speaking of smoke, look how important it is to sleep with your doors closed. Check out the difference between the Drews' upstairs hallway and the room where they're eventually rescued.
Guys, there's firefighters on their way up on the inside. You guys just stay right here.
They did excellent. They did a great job. They did exactly what they were supposed to. Again, when they went to that second-story bedroom, shut the door.
You guys did great.
And I just think this was an invaluable learning experience for them. I think that they will be so much more prepared if we ever do, God forbid, have a real fire.
As you just saw, there was quite a difference between the Drews' first and second tests, so a little planning definitely goes a long way. All right, now we want to pass on some additional tips. Any plan begins with working smoke detectors. Check them regularly, and remember, there should be one on each floor. Establish backup exits such as windows in case fire blocks your front door. Now, before opening a door, use the back of your hand to see if it's too hot to leave the room. Finally, and this is a very difficult one, when it comes to pets, let firefighters rescue them just as they did recently at this Overland Park home. For a complete fire escape planning kit, log on to our website at kshb.com. There you will find information from the Overland Park Fire Department that our test families received. And of course, we want to thank the Overland Park Fire Department for helping us out. They put in a lot of work.
So did all the families feel like they'd really gained some valuable information by doing that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They admitted, as you saw, that in the beginning they really hadn't paid any attention to putting together a plan. By the end, there was a lot of relief. they felt they had gained very valuable information.
But you learned something too.
Oh yeah, I mean, because you always think it's not going to happen to me. It's that type of thing. But yeah, you really got a plan.
Hopefully none of us have to use that information, but it's good to have.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, Anthony.